a mini Gavin, a full-on Gavin CV. If you just spend 20 more points, you actually get a good tank CV, a cheap CV, a vroom vroom fast CV, a really dealy amphibious CV. Make sure to use tactical communications run around these guys. Why on earth would you use a helicopter CV? Why on earth would you use a logistic helicopter? No, really, why? Drive-through restaurant of the American military. I guess it's kinda cute. Convoy. The Flash Gordon of War Game. An absolute farce. It'd probably be more effective just to give the enemy a black eye. It is indeed a Stinger. Allows you to shoot down Soviet planes like it's 1989. These guys are on a diet, but they're still not a good idea. For when you want to roleplay Vietnam, at least these guys have a passable rocket launcher. Not so much about the machine gun here. There's not really much more, yet I need to say about them. 15 Jarheads. 15 Relic Crypt Jarheads. Crap artillery. Still kinda crap artillery. Pretty good artillery, but expensive to use. Unfortunately, this one hasn't got its own Marvel movie yet. Bigger is always better, but you still gotta be careful at where you aim. For when you want mortars in a box, bigger mortars in a box, or mortars in a rectangle. It'd be much cooler if it had a radar dish. Now this is a pretty cool unit. The absolute undeniable middle finger of God. Meh. There's something else that delivers more freedom. Much more freedom. More freedom than a bald eagle on top of Rossington's head during July 4th, 1776. Your economy tank. Your improved tank. The mid-range family sedan of tanks. The high-end mid-range sport car of tanks. The absolute king of tanks. Rubbish. Garbage. Trash. Still kinda crap. Well, I guess we have to give Marine Decks a good tank. Aluminium, I don't even know how you bloody say it anymore. It says it's a cavalry tank, but I don't see any horses. Rise up to smell the rubbish. Why on earth is there so many goddamn pattern tanks? Unfortunately, this tank does not come with stream sniping capabilities. Ground control to Major Tom. You can keep your tank because it's pretty crap. The Germans had a much better idea of what a main battle tank should be. For chasing down infantry inside a forest. Red 4 tanks beware. The Apache longbows in the air. Once again, no goddamn horses. Humvee with a minigun. Humvee with a grenade launcher. Now that is a weird way to mount an autocannon. The AVRE of recon tanks. It's no Leopard Verkin, but it gets the job done. It's a Riley's Jeep. It's a Riley's Jeep with machine gun. If this thing only had a better ATGM. Nah, I think it needs something a little bit more powerful. The king of recon ATGM vehicles. There is not really much competition. What the fuck did you just say about me, you little bitch? I have you know I graduated on top of my eyes in the sky with a minigun. Eyes in the sky with only 7 rockets? Really? The longbow's little brother. The only recon infantry you need or want for the US. I mean, it's fast, but it's still crap. I mean, it's fast, but it's not a Bradley. Unfortunately, it can't actually shoot over walls. At least Marines have a 5-point infantry transport now, for when you absolutely need to stun up every single enemy infantry unit. The original gangster of boxes. The goth cousin of the box. Even for 5 points, a rocket launcher is still terrible. And just by putting super in front of the name doesn't make it better. For some reason, this is in the vehicle tab. Hey, could you pop me a light? And now I'm on fire. Ouch. A box with a missile? A box with a better missile. A box with a very powerful missile. It has the armor of the snowblower and enough ammunition to take down half of DC. But honestly, it could still use some portholes. Still pretty cute. Undeniably the best unit in game. Because you have crap infantry, at least you make it up with a very good fire support vehicle. You're going to need it. But you don't need this fire support vehicle, just forget it ever existed. It's like an AVRE, but it's really good for a Canadian winter. It's a Humvee. For some reason the M240 looks like an M1990. It's fast, but it's crap. Still fast, still crap. How come this is not a transport? When you play a Marine deck and want a cheap attack helicopter. This thing's really good in shooting down planes. Oh, right. Another good vehicle for role-playing Vietnam. Even though his thing has teeth, it doesn't have much bite. It's not half bad, to be honest. For when you run out of Apache longbows, I mean, there's worse things you could buy. It's like a Chinook, but not, because this isn't actually a Chinook. part anti-helicopter helicopter, part infantry support helicopter. The original gangster of anti-helicopter helicopters. For when you run out of standard Apaches. If it only had some teeth. Oh, there we go. I mean, it's a transport helicopter. Does anyone really use Black Hawks? I certainly don't. It's got 2 engines and that's about it. Unfortunately, it can't really live up to all the hype. I'm sorry. A pretty good cheap bomber plane. A pretty good cheap rocket plane. If you like this plane, you should really watch Flight of the Intruder. For when you need to burn out an entire forest of Viet Cong, I mean Milton Strackley. Man, it's not really that bad. You might as well just use a Skyhawk. You might as well just play a British deck if you want to use American Harriers. The underused seed plane. The overused seed plane. For carpet bombing. As if anyone really uses cluster munitions. I don't see a plane, I just see a guy sitting in midair for shooting down MiG-29s. If only America had like an F-18 interceptor. For when you absolutely need to give the enemy a bit of the D. It fights, but it fights with clusters. It fights, but it has more clusters. Yeah, a pretty damn good interceptor, I have to say. It was a pretty dumb idea to remove the cannon from planes. Everyone's favourite napalm bomber. It's got a pretty cool paint job. A practical close air support plane.